Hi everyone, welcome back to Top 2 Podcast. Can you believe we're already 5 episodes in? So, whether you are here for an advice or just love hanging out with us, we are so glad you're tuning in and not complaining at all. I'm your host Ayesha, super excited about today's topic because it's very, very close to my heart.
Hi, I'm Leena, and yes, I can't believe we're five
Mhm.
episodes in.
Hmm.
Woohoo!
It is a big deal. It's really a big
Yes,
deal, yes.
and today we are going to talk about something very important
Mhm.
yet tricky.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's school bullying. It's something
Mm.
unusual and different from the topics usually we discuss.
Mhm.
But don't worry, we are just going to keep it real light, like always.
Like always. School bullying, huh? It's really a heavy one. But before we
Yeah.
get in a school bullying topic, let's clear up some things. So bullying is not just kids being kids. It can happen in person to anybody. It can happen online or even through little passive aggressive jabs or many other things. But don't stress. We've got tips today to help you handle it with confidence.
And as you know, no fluff, just good stuff. So let's
Yes.
dive right in. The first segment is what is bullying? We have to discuss what actually bullying is.
It's very
So
important.
let's break it down. Bullying is something like unwanted behavior that wherein a person who's more powerful than the other one
Mm-hmm.
tries to suppress the other one, whether
Mm.
it could be real or perceived. I mean, the
Or just
power of the
perceived.
person. It could, yeah, it could
It
either
could be
be
real
real or
power.
perceived.
It could be a real power or just just a perceived power. So true. Mm.
Right. And it can show up in different ways. It can be physical bullying, verbal,
Mm-hmm.
emotional, and nowadays a lot of cyberbullying, but that's not with
Gosh.
kids, but yeah, in general.
No, but I think it is with kids because now everything is on like Chromebooks or tabs, and they also have WhatsApp access and Instagram and Snapchat
Right,
access.
right.
So
Yeah, even kids can get nasty. I so
yeah,
agree.
very nasty. So it's not just kids arguing, it's a repeated behavior. Bullying is just not something which has happened to you one day. It could happen and it could be still called as bullying, but most of the time it's a repeated intentional pattern that can leave kids feeling isolated and anxious and Lena, sometimes even scared to go to school. Yeah.
Right, I so agree.
Mm.
And bullying can target all kind of things. It
Mm.
can be someone's appearance, or people trying to body shame or
Yep.
tease you for your weight. Yeah, your skin color, maybe you're too fair or too dark. People,
Mm.
kids will still joke about it and make fun of it. Your
Hmm.
social status, or even whom you're friends with. They would bully
Really.
you if you hang out with a nerdy person, or they would just make fun of you for
they'll make
hanging out
fun
with.
they'll make
Yeah.
fun of you.
So, yes.
Oh, sometimes they also bully you by excluding you out of the group. So if they have a birthday party, they won't invite you. If they have a soccer match, they won't
Yeah.
ask you to come in. These kinds of behaviors also let other person feel alone and lonely. But sometimes the kids don't come back home and tell that to their parents. And in this situation, kids really feel stuck up because, as general, we have not taught our children to be someone who are not nice. We've also always taught them to be nice. So, but standing up for yourself doesn't mean you are being mean. It's about setting
Right.
boundaries. For example, if someone is teasing you, you can just say chill with that, or it's not cool. So it's really straightforward, and it's really real. It's not being that you are being bad by saying that to them. No, it is not.
Right, exactly, Aisha. So now I feel we should dig into how parents can help kids, in these situations. So that's
Mm.
our segment two, how
That's segment
parents
two.
can help.
How can parents help? So parents here, Lena, I think they play a very crucial role in addressing and preventing bullying. Firstly, how would parents even know if bullying is happening? So initially and foremost, it is about open communication with your children. So if they're
Hmm.
coming and reaching middle school and high school, you need to have different kinds of conversation with them, make them your friend, make them feel comfortable talking to you, and keep the communication on rather than being strict with them. Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree to this.
Mm.
Yes, instead of just asking how was school, you know, the parents should be more specific. Like
Mhm.
they could say, what was the best part of the day.
What
Now,
was the part?
this could have the kids speak more than just answer in a yes and no or a single word. Parent just saying, did you have a good day? And the
Uh,
kid would say yes.
yes,
And,
yes. Yeah,
yeah,
nothing comes out. Nothing comes out. So,
right.
so I also believe that things parents can do is teach their kids how to respond to bullying confidently, because this is something that we don't teach our children generally. We don't tell them what to say to the bully. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel parents can also help their kids come up with specific phrases
Mm-hmm.
to give back to bullies. And I
Mm.
have a few examples to share.
Wow. So what is that?
Yes. The first one being, that's not true. I don't care
Mm.
what you think.
Wow. That's not true, and I
Yeah.
don't care
Or
what you
something
think.
like, why are you so worried about me? Focus on
Mm.
yourself.
Oh wow, powerful. Why are you so worried about me? And why you sent, I'm the center of your universe. So yeah, that's
Yes.
amazing. Takes away the power.
You must be having a tough day to act like this.
Ooh.
I pity you.
But thinking deeply on this part, that you must be having a tough day, maybe the person who is bullying does have a tough day, and that person needs to be
Exactly.
addressed. The bully himself needs to go to the counselor to see if they're acting out on something that they are frustrated on. So
Yes. So,
yeah.
yeah. And the last one, are you
Hmm.
okay? Do you need any help? Like this
Whoa.
actually, giving it back to the bully, saying that, are you okay? Do you need
Yeah.
help? Because you don't seem fine
You
to
don't
talk
seem
like
fine.
this. I mean, yeah,
Exactly. I can just imagine the bully's face now. Like, what's wrong with me? I guess everything is okay with me. It's nice. So,
right.
based on this, it reminds me of a story. I really want to share it. So, I knew
Okay.
one of my students, who handled bullying like a boss. She was in the school rock band, the musical band that the
Hmm.
school normally have, and very super passionate about music. A very lovely kid. Before one of her big shows, a group of girls who
Okay.
always bullied her got up on her, ganged up on her before the show, and they said that, oh wow, today's your show and you look like just like a punk. And instead of
Oh God.
letting that get to her, she went on the stage, owned the performance, and sang like a total pro. And the crowd loved it. The crowd loved her vibes,
Wow.
including the punk style those girls were making fun of. After the show got over, she came
Hmm.
down and she met those girls, and she calmly walked up to them and said that, seems like the crowd loved the punk. So
Oh wow.
sort yourself out and don't bother coming around again. And she also made this statement, her mom was telling me, saying that maybe she told the bullies that maybe you should find yourself a hobby, and not make me the whole universe, attention of your universe. So it was just a power move, and I love that. She handled it with
This is so cool.
kindness and confidence, and she didn't let that affect her. Yeah.
Right, because this could just go the other way around. She could
It
have,
could definitely.
yeah, she could have just been so underconfident after
Hmm.
hearing this just before her performance. And,
Wow.
this could really make
Affect
her
her.
performance go down the hill.
And affect her badly. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so I also say that
Mm.
parents should be on the lookout for signs for bullying.
Mm.
If your child comes across as withdrawn or
Mm.
avoids going to school, finding up
Mm.
reasons for not going to school,
Yeah.
or having unexplainable injuries, this could be some
Gosh.
really, yeah, this could be some real red flags.
Mm.
So they need to be on the lookout for that. And yes, schools are there to help, and a
Mm.
united approach will make a very big difference.
Absolutely. I think the schools are being very educational about telling the students before the start of the term that they are there to help. And if it's something which has happened in the
Hmm.
school, that the kids should go back to their school counselors, or parents should look out for signs, like as you said. Really good points you said. And explained injuries, avoiding school, feeling
Yes.
withdrawn. Yeah.
Right. So this brings us to our segment 3.
Hmm.
This is advice for students. So we are really going to directly speak to the students now,
Oh,
Aisha.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So if
Directly
you're
to.
dealing with bullying,
Hmm.
I would suggest it's very important to speak up. So
Oh, wow.
kids, if you come across bullying, don't keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Open up. go to a trusted adult. It could be your parent, your teacher, your counselor, anyone you're comfortable with, because keeping it to yourself is just going to make things worse.
This is so true. This is so true. And I think kids don't do that. They just keep it to themselves
Yeah.
because they think it's
Yes.
a weak move, but actually it's not. It's, getting all the help is so necessary. Another
Right.
tip on how to combat bullying is to build your own self-confidence. So join activities that you love, like sports, drama, art, etc., to make yourself feel good. So if you are getting bullied or not, to strengthen your self-confidence, you need to do a lot of extra activities that you think that you're not doing on a daily basis, which makes you feel good, which makes you feel that you are best in them or you're good at them. So when you're confident as a person, it's hard for bullies to come and get to you. Bullies seek for weak emotional person, and if you're
Yes.
strong enough in yourself emotionally, then it's harder for the bullies to get to you.
I so agree. So Ayesha, what happened was my friend's daughter,
Yeah.
her friends made a WhatsApp group to tease her.
Cyberbullying.
They
Oh
kept
my God.
sending her nasty messages.
Oh God.
So
Poor kid.
yeah, so my friend's daughter, she quickly replied back saying that this is not okay, and if this keeps happening, I'm going to report it. So this made the kids a little scared. They were thinking whether they should go on with this. And then she took some screenshots and she showed them to the teacher.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
because she
So
did
she
not
didn't
try
keep
to
it.
just handle it herself and keeping it to herself. She gave it back and then she went to the teacher that this is what is happening.
Yeah, classic
and
example
I
of not
feel
keeping it to yourself. Amazing.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was a very strong move I think she made.
Amazing.
And this does not make her weak. In fact, she asked for that help.
Yeah.
And asking for help doesn't mean you're weak.
That doesn't make you weak. This is
Right.
we are pressing on this point on this podcast again and again. So I think it's
Yes.
really important. And also, sometimes at that age, Leena, people in high school or middle school call you with names like you are weird, or some other goofy nicknames that people get. So instead of acting and reacting emotionally and these things hitting back on you, hit them back by saying with a little humor and confidence. Humor is a big thing, as we always say. If somebody's calling you weird, for example, hey, hi, you weird, you can just say, okay, I'm weird, but at least I'm not boring like you, or I'm not like a loser like you. So you took their power away. You took their power away.
I very, very well said, Ayesha. And yeah, in such situations, I feel you need to find that friend who supports you, because that would feel like an army of 100. So you don't have to waste on your energy on people who thrive on negativity. Instead, just find that friend who is real, who's there to support you during this time and standing up for you.
Wow. I mean, I had you, Leena. I always had you.
Yes.
So I think because we had and our other group members who were so supportive and strong, and we had that we had that really good kinship, people could not get back to us.
Exactly. I had your back, you had mine. So and if you have that support, bullies also then take a step back.
They do. Now, I think a very important part that we want to talk about in this is if bullying gets violent, then get help right away. Don't fight back. Violence can make it worse. So go and take help of an adult and don't keep it to yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Very well said.
Yeah. And don't forget to support your friend. So if someone is getting bullied, and if that's your friend or not your friend, don't stay silent and don't stand there doing nothing. Stand up for them, report it, or being a upstander and not a bystander can make a huge difference in your friend's life. And it can also give a message to the bullies that it's not cool to do that in public, and they would not do it that again. Right? I mean, this is
yes.
You have to be there for your friends.
Absolutely, you have to, and you should stand up.
But you stand up, but to see this in another angle, Leena, sometimes kids don't have supportive families itself. I mean, they can't go back to their own families. So maybe sometimes the family itself is bullying them emotionally, unknowingly. Yeah, like families don't understand and puts them down about their grades and looks and talents of who they're friends with, or plays favorites, or constantly compares them to their siblings or other kids. So it affects the children very negatively at that age. So parents have to be really
Yes,
careful. And
true.
if otherwise there are abusive parents or abusive families, which can happen and which does happen.
Mm.
We just want to say that if you're dealing with something like that, you have to know that you're not alone and it's not your fault. So don't bash yourself or hurt yourself emotionally
Yes,
or
very
physically.
important.
And that's not the answer. That's definitely not the answer. Instead, find someone you trust, a teacher, a school counselor, your friends' parents, or even a helpline or a portal. So many schools have started doing a helpline or a portal as well. If you can't go anywhere and reach out of your school circle or out of your normal circle, the
Hmm.
school is the best place. Build your own support system with people who lift you up. Focus on what
Yes,
makes
so
you feel
so
good,
so well said.
like strong hobbies, sports, or even pets. Pets can make all the difference, every difference. So
I
get
so
yourself
agree. We are pet
and
parents, so we know.
we are pet parents. We talk to our cats every day, single day, and they have helped us through many crises, I think. So yeah,
Yes.
and here's a
This.
fun fact. It is a fun fact. So a few years down the line, if
Hmm.
you might even laugh about something what has happened to you, what you thought was bullying. So right now, what you're dealing with, after some years, you'll feel like, oh my god, this is so trivial, and why was I fussing around? But
Yes.
sometimes
Like,
those small things can shape your emotional and emotional side of you, and it can make you grow up to be an underconfident adult. Now don't let that shape you in a bad way. Don't let anyone bully you or and negatively mess around with your vibes. All that we want to say on this podcast is you're stronger than that, and you've got this.
yes, you're much bigger than your bullies, so
you're, you're much bigger.
don't let that happen to you. Yeah. Yes, and this gets us onto our final segment, the
Mm-hmm.
top two tips. Finally, you
Wow.
guys wait for.
Yeah. That's
So,
amazing.
Aisha, would you like to give the first tip away?
Yeah, with a lot of pleasure, because I'm a parent myself. So our first tip is for the parents: teach empathy to your children and encourage them for open conversation. Have an open conversation with your kids. Always believe in them if they report bullying, and work onto solutions with them. Make them a stronger person. Help them in their self confidence. Teach them how to respond back, and help them become strong emotional adults, because it's not always about conventional education like science, maths, and English, but bringing up your children as strong individual to face the world and go into work and start for business, or get out and meet other people, starts off from how they feel in their growing up ages. Yeah.
Very well said. And
Hmm.
for the students, remember that you should be nice, but being nice doesn't mean you let people walk over you. So you need
Hmm.
to stand up when for yourself with confidence and kindness when these bullies are being nasty to you.
You're right.
And bullies usually thrive on negativity and reactions, so don't give them what they want.
Don't give them what they want. Don't
Yeah.
be their fodder. Just
Yes.
don't be their fodder.
That's what I meant.
Mm. Wow. So this is for today's episode of Talk to Podcast, and we hope these tips empower parents and students to tackle bullying with courage and compassion. So for us, bye for now.
Yes, and if you found this episode helpful, please share with someone who needs it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, share, and comment as well. We'd love to hear from you. And until next time, as we say, sorry, stay curious, kind, and always take top 2 advice seriously. No jokes.
No jokes, no jokes. You can also hear us on Spotify and Apple Music. Thank you so much for always tuning us on YouTube. And you can also have us on Instagram. So thank you and bye.
Bye.